We are living in the most powerful time in the history of the planet Earth. We have the opportunity to live in perfect health, prosperity, and peace. Astounding new medical discoveries in the fields of physics, biology, and neuroscience are confirming that the human body has untold powers of rejuvenation and anti-aging. Now, as we move into 2012, we all have the opportunity to be a part of the birth of a new global consciousness and usher in the age of enlightenment. In this revolutionary time of change, Paramashivam Nithyananda, a living avatar, is healing the planet both individually and collectively through the Eneffect.
Eneffect is a phenomena of awakening the individual's inner potential energy. In Sanskrit we call it as Kundalini Shakti. Please understand, each one of us have tremendous inner potential energy which is not usually awakened or utilized, accessed in any way in normal human life. Here, I am trying to awaken that energy in every individual in two ways. One, giving them the technique so that they can meditate and awaken it on their own. It's a time-consuming process, but independent of me after they learn. Second, I myself initiating them and transmitting this superconscious experience into them and awakening their inner potential energy.
At Inner Awakening, a 21-day meditation program, participants receive initiation from Paramashivam Nithyananda. This initiation process energizes the basic biological functioning of the human body on a cellular level. Currently, there is an emerging field of scientific investigation that validates what yogis have been saying about meditation for thousands of years. Scientists like Andrew Newberg, professor of nuclear medicine at the University of Pennsylvania, is bridging the gap between science and spirit by studying meditators with modern brain imaging techniques. His research demonstrates that the awakening process is not just a psychological shift, but an actual transformation of brain functioning. The neuronal activity of the meditators shifted from fight-or-flight hindbrain activity to the command center of the prefrontal cortex. When the command center of the brain is activated, clarity of thought and higher states of consciousness are the result. Studies by Richard Davidson, in collaboration with the Dalai Lama, found that Tibetan monks, while meditating, had higher brain activity in the prefrontal cortex, especially on the left side. This is indicative of feelings of happiness, compassion, and joy. Now, groundbreaking scientific research at the Nithyananda Ashram in Bidadi, India, demonstrates not only changes in brain functioning, but profound changes on a cellular level as a result of the Kundalini awakening process.
Hello, I'm Dr. Deborah Chance, and I have been doing a project on the Eneffect at the Nithyananda Ashram. Originally, I started to talk with Dr. Krishna about putting together a research project where we could study what are the effects that participants are experiencing as a result of coming under the influence of an enlightened avatar.
As a part of the research project, blood samples were taken from a random sample of participants in Inner Awakening and sent to a major research university. The results demonstrated that the participants had extremely high levels of mitochondrial activity. The mitochondria is the power plant inside the cell. It fuels the energy of the entire body. The weakened mitochondria genome in DNA is correlated in most diseases. The full functioning of energized mitochondria ensures optimal cellular growth, which results in physical health and vitality.
In summary, now we know the mitochondria behaves like the battery of the cell. We also know it's very prone to damage very easily by its own end product if it were to produce energy faultily. And because the mitochondria of the human being has its own DNA, which is not well protected, and it's subject to damage even more easily than other parts of the cell.
Kundalini and the mitochondria are basically the same force, the same source, but they're two different words to describe the same concept.
From a purely medical perspective, re-energizing a human cell is such a difficult task using pharmaceutical agents or other processes, and the degree of re-energization hardly ever exceeds 30 to 40%.
However, at the 2010 Inner Awakening program, the participants experienced incredible cellular transformation.
Their mitochondrial activity increased dramatically by 1,300 times. That is a 1,300-fold increase in the mitochondrial activity, which is hitherto unheard of by any known physical or physiological technique involving exercise, yoga, or meditation.
Inner Awakening participants reported miraculous breakthroughs in conditions like chronic fatigue, depression, fibromyalgia, anxiety, and high blood pressure.
The blood sugar levels, fasting sugar levels, went down to normal in all the 10 participants who had demonstrable diabetes. The blood pressure, systolic and diastolic, in hypertensive patients also went down to within normal limits by the end of the program. The participants lost about 2 to 3 kilograms of weight on an average. In order to be able to achieve a higher energy level, re-energization to the level of 1000 or 1300% is a remarkable achievement which is unparalleled in science so far.
As a researcher, I was interested in experiencing this for myself.
I started feeling that not only through sitting with Swamiji, but just in just being. And if I'm just being with myself in the trees or the flowers, I would just get that surge of energy. So that energy just kept rising, and
My basic biological blueprint changed from cellular destruction to cellular rejuvenation. And I'm 60 years old, but I feel like I have the physiology of a 45-year-old.
Sudden energy that has come through my body and makes my body move.
at the same time my body just automatically started doing different things. Like I feel my shoulder coming down and my neck kind of turning, and I was doing these different things that I didn't even know how to do before. But it's like the body's intelligence just woke up. It's like going to the chiropractor and going to a massage therapist.
It's actually a flow of energy that rises for me now at this stage from the body up. And I can feel it moving up all the way through to the top of my head. And now I can feel it extending outwards.
Wow, this is a miracle for me, because I never believed in stuff like that.
Well, for me, I think being in Swamiji's presence for me, I experience it as it kind of just stops my mind. One more thing you need to know. When the Kundalini is awakened in an individual person, he raises not only his consciousness and collective consciousness. So when few people are sitting in many places around the world and raising their Kundalini and their consciousness, it raises the whole global consciousness. That is what I call Eneffect.
Paramahamsa Nithyananda is creating the global Eneffect daily, reaching thousands across the planet through live video streaming. Be a part of the global expansion of consciousness by experiencing the Eneffect for yourself. Enliven your body and mind to experience total health, wellness, and abundance. Reconnect with the inner joy and freedom that is your birthright. Awaken to super consciousness and usher in the age of enlightenment. Experience the Eneffect for yourself. Tune in to NTV to view free live discourses and awaken your inner potential energy. Log on to ntv.nithyananda.org, 7:30 a.m. Indian Standard Time, 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, USA. Experience inner awakening for yourself. To find out more, go to Nithyananda.org. Don't miss this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to be in the physical presence of a living incarnation.